All right, let's go live. I should also have my pen. Usually a good way to do this. What's going on, dudes? All right. Hey, let's do some, well, here's some stuff from the board game that I'm working on. I've been having some trouble with the sci-fi buildings, so it's time to do some studies. How am I doing? I'm doing great. Doing very good. Been hard at work, making board game stuff. Am I gonna post it after the stream? I will post the stream will be posted to Patreon. So these are gonna be, not crazy studies, probably pretty loose, but nice shave, thank you. Yeah, I'm going clean shaven for a little bit. You look really young this way, yeah. It's that's what most people say. What genre of board game? It's a 4X, if you're familiar with board game stuff. Yeah, I'm doing some environment pieces for it today, but I wanted to do some studies of like sci-fi buildings first. No, don't go to work. You have to watch. Song is so freaking good. Hey there, thanks for joining. Dun, 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 dun. Do mech suits count as robots? I think they're different. That's the way I've always perceived it. I don't remember the name of the song. Oh, it's Standing in the Rain by Violent Joy. They're awesome. Check them out. Hey, Russia. Thanks for the compliments on the Gi series. I appreciate it. What am I doing? I'm just drawing some sci-fi bits. Just trying to get used to the shape language. Robots can have their own mind, exactly. Thanks, Corbin. Thank you. Thank you for your love from India. Appreciate it. The Mech Warriors were mine. Yeah, they're from the board game that I'm working on. Today I'm working on the environments, or some of the environments for the game. So I'm doing some studies before that. They're going to be pretty loose. They're not going to be anything too crazy. Figured I would just hang out. Chat a little bit with you guys. Just want to get used to the shapes. Where are the art fundamentals? They're not here today. What are art fundamentals? The outside is a bit noisy. Yeah, I live in New York City. It's crazy. Can't help it. I live in Coronavirus Central. Do I always warm up before getting into a real drawing? I should. That's kind of why I'm doing this today. But I don't always do that. Sometimes I just get started doing what I have to get done. And that's not always a good idea. You really should warm up more. Sci-Fi soda machine. These are some props from Halo that I'm sketching. If I die for the life of cowards. Tell my parents I lived in fear. These shapes are not from my mind. These are, I'm studying from reference. This is actually James from the past. Fuck. That'd be crazy. I hear some clickety clack. What keyboard am I using? I am using the Red Dragon. I don't know what brand that's from. Some gaming keyboard. Do I play the Souls games? Of course. Actually, if you're a fan of the Souls games, my good friend Andrew streams his no death runs on Twitch. You guys should check him out. I think it's Drawing Souls. I think that's his account name. Wait, or maybe it's Clamps Cast. Let me find out. Yeah, it's Clamps Cast. Should check that out. Do you have an extensive library for drawing in general, or do you actually consult it while drawing? No, I usually will, like, when I'm doing designs and stuff, I'll kind of go loosely with like some reference on board, and then I'll consult to other reference. I do practice imaginative sketching in the morning. So, but there's a lot of reference in the design process, and most professional artists are using lots of reference. So don't feel like you need to do everything sans reference. Why do you look young? Did he shave? I shaved. I love how many comments I get about my face. It's very funny. I guess that's the internet for you, though. Sometimes you gotta shave. Oops. Am I planning on doing any hentai studies soon? No. That was a good time, though. hope you are ashamed of that. Nice puns, nice puns. Already have an idea for the legs? Whose legs? My legs? I don't know what we're talking about. Do you think that most of the artworks we draw should have elements from other artworks? Yeah, I think so. I think that's how people learn in general. So loud out there, Jesus. I do live in a very populated area though. Sans reference. Someone just bought their first dictionary. Oh, shut up. Oh, shut up, Will. Drawing pelvis for some reason. What's a shortcut? I have like a weird kind of underwear shaped shortcut. Hey, thanks from Russia. That looks like a fish tank. It's kind of something like that. Transferring from traditional to digital art, that's the kind of thing you just have to practice a bunch. There's no real tip to it. It's more of just like, just do it and get used to it after a while. Yeah, definitely use a tablet. Don't do it without a tablet. What's going on, Adam? Oh, we're hearing the same song again. Always a good call. Do you need to go to art school to be good at drawing? Well, I didn't go. If you think I'm alright at drawing, then I don't think so. good artists copy, great artists steal. I think that's a matter of like stealing the ways people go about things. So like trying to understand why people make certain choices. How much time a day do I spend drawing? Lots. A lot of drawing. Try to treat it like a full-time job. It basically is the full-time job, so some days I don't draw as much, but coronavirus just spread to Vietnam again. Oh no. Yeah, I'm concerned about it here. We just got it in New York, so. What have I been working on recently? Board game stuff. I was working on these characters. So there's some other stuff for it as well. But I don't want to share too much of it just yet. Working on environments for it today. Have I ever had a Psycho fan? Yeah, it's you, William. Meshuggah is good. Yeah, Meshuggah is beyond good, I would say. Some might say Meshuggah is the best. How do you understand when you're over detailing? Just try to keep in mind 70-30. So 70% not detail. It's really, you just got to look at it and look at good designs and kind of compare yourself to that and be like, okay, what is it about this that I like better? Do you watch a lot of mechs anime? No, not really. I used to watch a lot of Gundam when I was younger though. What's the most useful tool for you to draw digitally? The hard round, because that's what I use for everything. Corona beer sales down 30% since coronavirus. I don't know if I believe it. I feel like it's a joke. I could be wrong though, because I saw the article you're talking about. I think it was apparently fake news or something. Sick trash compactor, thanks dude. You can throw all my art in there. I learned to draw hands by looking at JoJo. How am I doing today? I'm surprisingly hungry. I know that's like a weird thing to say, but I am starving right now. And I unfortunately have to go soon because I had a lesson scheduled and I started streaming. I'm not a big fan of Krita, but it might just be that I'm used to Photoshop. Let's see what else we got here. This isn't very modern day of you. Do you use smoothing for your brush? No. I don't really like it. I feel like it lags and it's super weird. Do you listen to whiny music all the time to train yourself to deal with your students? Hey, I like Envy on the Coast. But the answer is also yes. And that specific student is you that I gotta deal with. Yeah, I think everybody finds themselves drawing like similar things. You gotta just practice, like, that's why you use reference. Try to break that up. What's going on, Khalil? I'm glad the channel's helped, guys. Thank you for the compliments. I'm glad I could make you feel special by acknowledging your existence. Yeah, you know what? I'm doing environments for the board game, so I want to just do some studies. So I'm drawing some hard surface stuff because I keep doing thumbnails and like I'm getting caught up on interesting building shapes. I actually have never met Khalil in person, but he's been around my channel since we first started. Yeah, with the, yeah, I know I look different without the beard. Everybody lets me know. Am I in Brooklyn? Yeah. You gonna come find me? Oh shit. Yeah, I think the best way to change that up if you're drawing like the similar face is just study a type of face that you're not used to drawing. You gotta look at reference, that'll break it up a little bit. This is all just eyeballed. Even when I'm doing like an environment, usually what I'll do is I kind of figure it out after I do my thumbnail. I'm not trying to find you. No, I'm totally kidding. I would love for you to test the board game out. We usually go to, the guy I'm designing it with, there's a thing, I forget what the Whole Foods is, but there's a board game test group that he does every weekend. I think it might actually be the one over here in Park Slope. I'm not entirely sure though. It's been interesting though. I'm totally messing this up. Let me just share what I'm doing. It's been interesting though because there's like so many different things I'm not used to illustrating, like backs of cards sort of thing. I haven't done any of the UX really. Since you're into heavier stuff, have you listened to Monuments? I've seen Monuments live. I'm a big fan. Yeah, I'm doing environments right now. Maybe I'll show you my thumbnails. Why not? Yeah, so these are kind of just the super loose thumbnails that I go about doing. And then I'm going to polish some of these up. Thanks, John. Cheers from Venezuela. Thank you, man. Yeah, these just trying to get the shapes because there's so many weird shapes that they use. All these like 90 degrees, but with curves to them. I'm being terribly lazy. I'm not mapping anything out. Cheers from Queens. These are from reference right now. I'm just doing loose studies. Trying to get some of the shape language, figure out some of the shape language that they use in things like Halo. Some of the shape breakups. Cheers from Malaysia. Epic. Where did I find my reference from? It's all from Pinterest. I don't try very hard to get good reference. I am just drawing some sci-fi props to study because I'm working on environments for the board game, and so I want to just get used to doing some of the architecture stuff for it. These are practice. My design process is different than this. This is just studying. I'm going to put out a video actually of the environment stuff that I'm doing. Do you think of the object's purpose? Yeah, definitely. What is good? Not much. What's happening, my dude? Just doing a little practice before I get back to designing. Is this 3-point perspective? No, it's actually 2-point. It feels like it's 3-point because it's very dynamic, but there's no convergence on the vertical, so it is 2-point. Those lines get a little blurry. The distinction between them gets a little bit, confusing at certain points. Like this is a pretty super dynamic 2-point. Your frustration levels have been through the roof since you started? Shit. Sorry, man. Yeah, painting with oils is really big pain in the butt. But I actually like it a lot. I think it's fun. Once you get used to it, it's fun. I actually am not a big fan of the Cintiq 13, but that's just my own personal take. It's like kind of in this weird area where it's a little too small for a display, but I ended up not even using the display. It's odd, but at that point, at that size, I kind of just like using the one without the display on it. I love how Halo does this thing where they have this like really round shapes, but also these really square shapes. It's just awesome. It's perfect contrast of round versus square. This is from Halo, so this is the USNC architecture. I hate when they put filler songs in tracks. Hello, Mr. Modern Day. The machine on the left almost looks like a high-tech printer. It is some other random prop from Halo. Because my board game is just going to be a Halo ripoff. I'll try not to, but sometimes that happens. How to do a prop from imagination? Well, you need a lot of reference, my dude. Every concept artist is going to sit and have, you know, a large board of reference that they're drawing from. So you really, like, you're only going to get there if you're like doing it purely from imagination, if you're used to doing it from reference first. So I think the lesson should be, let's cool it on the trying to do everything from imagination bit. I think that's something that gets people in a lot of trouble. It really like hinders progress. Why don't you use a grid? Just because I'm practicing and I'm just trying to keep it loose and I'm not too concerned. It's not for a whatchamacallit. Destiny was a Halo ripoff artistically. Well, that's because the people who made Destiny made the first 3 Halos. So it's more like the people who took the rights to Halo continued with Halo and they decided to do the same game. That's my take on it. You know, like those guys from, jeez, that's so loud. The guys that created the original Halos, creating Destiny, they've already established their sort of artistic style. Yeah, when I'm designing, my reference board is usually pretty packed. You know, I'm not just doing one thing. Like, I'm not just copying from one thing. I'm just sort of trying to mix and match things. I think this is post-Sparth. I actually don't remember. I think he was on Halo 4. Well, I make guns and vehicles. I don't think we need it in the board game. So, probably not. How much needs to change to become your own? I mean, a decent bit. Just think about it like you're writing a song or something. That's the way I think about it, right? If you're writing a song, you might have your influences. Like, let's say, what's that band that sounds exactly like Led Zeppelin? Someone probably knows what I'm talking about. I'd argue that they're very close to not being their own, their own band. But you know, if you change things up enough, then it sort of becomes your own thing. A good way to do that is sort of mix ideas that don't go together. So like I was doing sci-fi plus like a Wild West type of theme. And so those are, you know, those two themes are very distinct from one another. Greta Van Fleet, that's exactly who I was talking about. Like, you know, if you're Greta Van Fleeting the situation, you might want to try to make it a little bit more different. That's all I gotta say. You can use, yeah, you can use whatever reference boards. I don't care. I ain't keeping it to myself. All right, guys, I actually gotta go. Their version is called Ladder to Heaven. It's completely different. Shit. All right, everybody, I gotta go. I gotta teach a lesson. That sounds like I'm threatening somebody, but I actually have to do a lesson. This was fun. Sorry it was quick. But I will see you guys soon. I'll try to do more. Greta Van Fleeting is a term I put in my vocabulary. Perfect. All right, later, everybody.